Hi, I'm Ezra and welcome back to my channel. I haven't been making long form content for a bit, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things and there'll be more long form videos. But I thought today I could eat some pizza because I ordered some for my lunch and chat to you guys and answer a few questions that I have been given on Instagram. Let's go ahead. I got my pizza from Pizza Pilgrims. I got a margarita. I'll show you. Oh, I'm so excited. I love Pizza Pilgrim so much. Yes. So this is the pizza. I got a margarita. I only really like to eat margaritas. Sometimes I spice things up and put some sweet corn on it. But that's kind of as far as I go. Or sometimes I chop up some halloumi on if I get like a frozen pizza and then you put it in the oven and then you chop some halloumi on it and it is amazing. I also got this as a side. It's called, I think, oh my god, I'm going to butcher it. It's called like cacio e pepe balls. Basically, it's like spaghetti inside breadcrumbs and then it's fried or something. I don't know, but it tastes literally amazing. And this is what they look like. And then as for a dip, I got pesto. I think they mix it with like mayonnaise or something. I'm not really sure, but whatever it is, I love it. So the way I eat pizza, because honestly, they always do it in like, cut it into four. Like that is way, way too big for me. So instead, scissors, right? You, I don't know if other people do this, but it just genuinely makes it so much better. And then I can just cut little bits off, like so. And it's way more fun. I like eating it like this. It's fun. So I'm gonna put it in here. That is as amazing as I expected it to be. This is currently like one of my favourite things to get. Before I start answering questions, I want to show you what these are like. So I think if I break it, you'll be able to see like what's going on inside. So it's like spaghetti on the inside and it's just gorgeous. I think it's genuinely one of my favourite things to eat. They should do like a really big serving of it. They should do like 8 or 10 of them and then I'd literally eat that like for a meal because it's literally so tasty. It's raining so much right now outside, but I feel like it adds a coziness to the video. I kind of love the sound of rain, not gonna lie. It makes me feel all cozy. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you've asked me on Instagram. So the first one is, what's your favourite Doctor from Doctor Who? Definitely David Tennant. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I had a cat called David Tennant because when I was about 8 years old, I was allowed to name my cat. So David Tennant was my choice. And my brother named the other one, which was a black and white cat, called Sporticus from Lazy Town. This dip is amazing. I don't know how they made it. I think it's a mix of pesto and some other kind of sauce, but gosh, it is gorgeous. The next question is, any tips for passing? Honestly, I feel like with me, passing is kind of hit or miss. Like, sometimes I pass, I would say maybe 70% of my interactions I pass in them. But often I don't, and that's okay. Like, it also really does depend on who I'm talking to. Like, if it's, for example, someone that works in a shop, like, gets my pronouns wrong, like, it's just kind of like, okay, that doesn't really matter to me. Like, I don't expect random people to get it right if they don't know a lot of the time. Especially if I dress in like a particularly fluid way, like if I'm, for example, wearing a full face of makeup and a dress, like how are they to know really unless they know me and know that I wear whatever and I'm a guy. But in terms of tips for passing, I feel like recently I've been doing my makeup a certain way and like adding freckles to it, and I think that really helps. Like, it makes me feel really good as well. Did you find linguine sardini? No. I had a jelly cat that was a little sardine, and he was my favourite thing ever. And I lost him, and I lost him once, and he was just about the house, just hidden under the bed. And then I lost him again in the space of like 24 hours. I put him in my pocket to go to the shop, and well, I recall putting him in my pocket, and then on the way I was like, he's not in my pocket, he must be at home. And then I checked the house, and I've moved house now. Oh yeah, update, room update. I'm in a new house now, and I'll definitely do a house tour when everything's sorted and everything looks the way that we want it to look. But my room is basically finished, so I could do a room tour very soon for you. I'm gonna eat some more pizza because I keep yapping and I'm actually really hungry. Do you get recognised in public often? I would say if I leave the house, then yes, sometimes. It's usually if it's in like a public place, like for example, if I go out for food or if I'm like walking around the lanes for like a long time. The lanes is this area in Brighton that's like quite a touristy spot, and it's also just a really nice area, so a lot of people just go there. If I'm like out and about for like an extended period of time, then yeah, like I might get recognised a little bit. Or if I'm like out clubbing or something like that, then that's more likely that people will come up to me, because also people have probably been drinking, so they have a little bit more confidence. But yeah, I love meeting people. It's really nice, and if you ever see me, feel free to talk to me. If you want a hug, you can have a hug. If you want a photo, you can have a photo. Yeah, I completely like it. It's all fine by me. Favourite movie? Coraline. I went and watched it in 3D the other day, and it was so good. It was literally amazing. And I just love that film. Like, I watched it in the cinema when I was a kid, and it was recently the 15th anniversary, like the 15-year anniversary of it. And I went by myself, got myself some popcorn. It was actually really sweet. Like, I ordered, like, I think it was a regular popcorn, and they were like, we do this thing called Surprise and Delight. So we've upgraded your popcorn to a medium for free. So sweet, so nice. And I ate all of it. Pineapple on pizza. Honestly, I don't really put anything on pizza. I like pizza just like this. This is my favourite way to eat pizza. It's just, I love cheese, and I like to be able to taste the cheese. And also, pineapple kind of hurts my mouth. Do you know that they say that pineapple eats you back? I feel it. I feel it eating me back. Okay, I'm going to chop up my next slice. We're chopping up the next slice. Scissors are just so effective. I hate when you're like trying to do it with a knife and fork and it's all difficult, because I don't have a pizza slicer, but I do have a pair of scissors. Not in a weird way, but how do you buy underwear that's comfortable? Honestly, TK Maxx. TK Maxx does pretty decent underwear for quite cheap. Also, there's this brand called On The Ass, and I quite like them, but you only get one a month. So it would take like a year to get 12, but it's like a subscription thing. But Isaac has a bunch of them, and I really like those, so they're fun. But they're not loose though. And recently I tend to like looser underwear that are more like boxers, I guess. But like loose boxers rather than tight ones, because it's just way more comfortable. And yeah, this is my next slice. I know it looks really tiny, but I find it way more fun to eat like this. I know how it's also like, I'm also the kind of person that likes tiny cutlery over big cutlery. Like a small fork and a small teaspoon, I just prefer it. It's just way more fun to me. Like, I have favourite cutlery that I use, and I just like using ones like that. Do you still live in Brighton after you moved? Yes, I do. I have lived in Brighton now for 4 years. I've lived in Brighton for 4 years, and I'm on my fifth. Like, I'm in the fourth year now. And now I live with Isaac, which is so fun. It's really great. It's really nice living together. we basically lived together anyway. Like, our entire relationship, we've very much coexisted in the same environment as each other a lot and stayed over at each other's houses. But it's nice now that the house that we have is together. I'm eating in one of these crazy balls because they are so nice. I'd love to be able to try and make these myself, but I don't think I'd make them half as good as Pizza Pilgrims can. How'd you get on hormones? So I contacted my GP and I told them that I'm interested in starting hormones, and then I got a blood test and I had a consultation and I got the ball rolling on me starting testosterone basically. But yeah, talk to my GP because my GP does bridging prescriptions, which not everyone does that. So I was pretty lucky in that regard because of the way that Brighton is, and my GP's trans himself, so he like taught himself how to do bridging prescriptions. I didn't think this video through very much because I'm actually so hungry that it's very difficult to talk. And I just want to gobble it all up, not gonna lie. Okay. I didn't actually realise how hungry I was until I ordered it and then I was waiting for it to come. And I always I always get so excited when the delivery driver arrives, but also I keep doing this. I literally keep jumping when I open the door. I'm like, and it's like, my God, I invited this person here. I literally booked for my food to arrive. Like, why am I shocked? And it always makes him laugh because I'm always just like, sorry, you scared me. It's like, why am I scared? Like, I literally arranged for someone to deliver me my food. And I know how far away it is, so... What is your favourite dinosaur? Diplodocus. Absolutely my favourite. Dippy. They used to have a thing at the... I think it was the... It was either Natural History Museum or the Science one. I get them mixed up. But, of Dippy the dinosaur, and it was just so cool. I loved it. I was so excited when I went, but they've removed him now. He's not there anymore, which is sad because that was my favourite exhibit. If you were a Jellycat, which one would you be? I have lots of Jellycats in my room. Currently, I changed my bed covers because I washed my other ones. Don't know why I'm telling you that detail, but I changed my bed covers. My mum got me these like red mushroom ones, so I matched the Jellycats on my bed to the colour. So we have him, Philip. He is my most... He's more famous than me, not gonna lie. He is why I have a TikTok following, kind of. I mean, his video has like 10 million views for some reason. So yeah, that's Philip. And then I have this one called The Cat. The Cat, and if you've seen The Dog, which is Isaac's one, they are both from the Amour section on Jellycat. I love this one. Oh, but yeah, this isn't a Jellycat, this is a Build-A-Bear, but I'm showing you anyway. And then this is one of my favourite Jellycats, Strawberry. This is the one I think I am, to be honest. I think if I was a Jellycat, this would be me. I actually haven't thought of a name for this strawberry, so if you've thought of one, and you can think of one, let me know, because it means I can actually name this guy. Do you like snakes? I don't really know. I mean, I had a nightmare about snakes the other day, and I now have this newfound fear of them, which I never had before. This happens to me a lot, where I won't be scared of something, and then I'll just have this nightmare about it, and I'll be like, I've never seen it in this light before. Like, I genuinely, I would say maybe a couple years ago, I had this recurring nightmare of, like, a plane crash, where, like, my plane was, like, toppling from the sky and shit. And it was so vivid that I then just developed this fear of flying. And I was due to fly in like a month's time, and I had this nightmare like every day for a month. And it felt like one of those Final Destination? Is that what it's called? Yeah, it felt like a Final Destination film where I was like predicting what was going to happen. But I got on the plane and I was fine, so I'm not scared of flying anymore. It was a month-long fear that came from literally nowhere because I've been flying quite a bit, and especially as a kid and stuff. A little bit less now, honestly, because now I'm responsible for my own holidays, and they are expensive. Favorite sauce for chips? Definitely. This isn't a sauce, but definitely have to have salt and vinegar on them. Otherwise, they just don't have enough flavour. Garlic mayo. I also do really like barbecue sauce, but yeah, garlic mayo for sure. But this pesto dip, it's crazy. It's crazy sauce. I'm having another one of these. These are the best things ever. More questions. Advice for partners, besties of trans folk. Honestly, supporting the person. It sounds really simple, but it's genuinely all we really want. Just being there for us and being just a support network, really, because it can be really rough sometimes, especially when you're younger and you don't have access to hormones and gender affirming surgeries and things like that. So yeah, just being there, honestly. Um, Putting GoFundMe on your story and stuff. Um, Listening to us, using the right pronouns. It's really all you can do. Just be there. This question's quite fitting. How long did it take you to want to recover? Sending love, by the way. So, if we're talking about eating disorders, which I imagine we're talking about, which is actually very fitting because of the fact that I'm so happily eating pizza right now, I would say quite a while. I would say maybe a few months to a year, probably. But I did have quite a few like relapses and things like that. Because unfortunately, sometimes throughout my life, I've had people around me that have not wanted, not looked out for me or thought of like my best intentions and kind of just wanted me to be smaller in size, um, which has really negatively affected me in the past. But I don't have anyone in my life like that now. I have a good support network, and I know that people aren't friends with me because of how much I weigh on the scale. Like, I don't even know how much I weigh on the scale, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so irrelevant. But I would say, like, when I moved to Brighton, like, nearly, like, over 4 years ago now, I was in a really bad place. And making videos on the internet, that really helped me because it, like, brought up, like, a community of people that were also recovering. And I had friends, like online friends at the time, and we'd kind of like look out for each other and support each other through recovery. And I kind of was able to talk about how I was feeling openly so much that it just kind of made it easier. And now I'm fully recovered. I don't really deal with eating disorder thoughts anymore. I'd say, sorry, I'm like rolling this up because it makes it easier. I would say occasionally I have like bad body image days, but I combat those without changing the way that my body is. Because I'm not the problem, my brain is. This question says, will you get the surgery? If you mean bottom surgery, no. I don't really get bottom dysphoria as such. Definitely not enough to get surgery. Um, and I'm kind of done with surgeries now. I got top surgery. That was right for me. I wanted it. I paid for it. I got it. I recovered, and I'm actually going to get a revision on this side of my chest because there's 3 free revisions after the first year, and I'm going to do that because there's just a little bit extra in there than I want, and it's my body forever, so might as well make it the best it can be. They can do that surgery, the revision surgery, awake, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to ask him to knock me out. I'm way too much of an anxious person to like actually be awake during, like, no thank you. Also, I just don't want the time to pass while that's happening. Like, knock me out. And then I wake up and then it's done. So that would be like the best thing for me. Favourite hair colour you've ever had? I really like when I had half and half blue. That was really fun. But it just made people kind of really not very nice to me in public. Like, I don't know what it is about men just getting so triggered by people with blue hair. I think it's the whole blue hair and pronouns thing. Because genuinely, as someone that's had blue hair, like, multiple times in my life, it's when people are the most, like, terrible. Like, gosh, I would, like, leave my house and I'd be called all sorts of slurs. And it's just, like, awful. And it would just kind of make me a target and make me stand out a little bit too much for my own liking. So that's when I dyed it black. Yeah, I dyed it black, and then I dyed it blonde, and then that's when I lost all my hair because I went a bit too crazy on the box dyes. I did one box dye too many, honestly, arguably more than one too many, but then I started from scratch and now we're here. And it's so soft and nice now. Like, I do want calico hair, like, you know, like the cat, I'll show you. Like this, but also that does involve me actually dyeing my hair and bleaching parts of it, and I don't know if I can do that again. My hair is literally such a nice texture at the moment, and I don't know if I want to ruin that with hair dye. And I know once I start dyeing it again, I won't stop. There'll be another thing that I want, and then another thing that I want, and then we'll have to buzz it all off again and start from scratch. And I don't want to be bald again. Not for a while. I will be one day again, but not for now. Another hair question. Are you planning on growing your hair out? Well, I don't think it's going to be any longer than this, to be honest. Like, I want the front a little bit fluffier. I want to live my fluffy hair dreams. But I don't think that it will get any longer than this, because then it'll probably just make me feel dysphoric. So I think this is probably like the length we're going to really go, especially at the back. Like, I really like the length of the back. It feels nice. And it's soft. Isaac texted me. He got bubble tea surprise bags from Too Good To Go. OMG! That's so fun. What's the best thing about being on tea? Definitely voice. I do actually like my voice now. And I'd say tummy hair. I love tummy hair. It makes me feel so happy. I used to have 6 hairs. Literally 6. And now I have an uncountable amount. Like, if I try to count them all, I lose track. So, it's great. I'm kind of done with the questions now, and I want to watch a bit of Netflix. So I'm going to watch more of that Popstar Academy thing, because, like, I'm kind of obsessed with Cat's Eye. And I've been trying to learn the dance, and it's so hard. I'm trying to learn debut dance, and I just look kind of silly, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to watch that now. But thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this, like, pizza eating mukbang type style video. Bye!